Okay, guys, so I have stuff to show you today. I have a new book from two new books from Amazon, which I'm really happy about. And I got today, a couple days ago, and so we got a book from my favorite coloring art, which in coloring book. Got my new planner for next year, which will probably hopefully going to fill in a lot of stuff. I want to put in the 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 Twitch Fest that's coming in October. I really like to go. It's kind of be a dream of mine. I'll just do that now. Sorry about the interruption. Okay, that doesn't work. I'll do that later. So, I have to put that in later. And we also have, you can also, there's, it's really neat. So you have coloring and it has descriptions about how to use the book and stuff like this. I, I think I won't read that all. It's boring. But if you want to get the book, you can read it yourself. And then there's astrological year, so you write time right there, Virgo. And then you can color it all in, and there's descriptions. And then she gives you a history of astrology. Astrology is thousands of years old and practiced across many cultures. The book focuses on Western astrology, and observation on this are the presence of planet. Earth, Moon, the Sun is the solar system, how they travel around the starry backdrop of the sky. Eastern astrologers use travel constellations of star the future of Earth point, known as zodiac signs. Each constellation appears to move around the Earth's wheel. And that's true. Astrology also divides the sky into 12 fixed reference points like a pie slice. The houses are calculated depending on the viewer's time and location. Our solar system is at the center of this zodiac wheel. As the sun, earth, moon, and the planets travel, zodiac signs and houses are aligned. It might help to visualize the zodiac as a swirling ring of constellations around us. If you struggle with the big picture of astrology, you try using a free star finder app on your phone or tablet. Try use night sky. Two options, free choices, but the others. Spend just 5 minutes on clear night looking for colossus. Glance in the cross post data can only eyes. These apps can be game changers to see beyond the planet's sky button. And then it goes on to the planets and the signs and the houses. If you're into astrology, you know all about this stuff, so I won't go over that with you. And we go over this, and then there's colors of all the scenes. There's the sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, and Pluto. Pretty cool, eh? See, I always like our coloring in our art. And then we go on to Mercury and Mars. It talks about them when it represents. I want to get the book to see all of that. And then we go on to the zodiacs. There's Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. There's me. I'm Virgo. If there is a sign that represents dark academia, it is Virgo. Virgo is the perfectionist, judge, and analyzer. Virgo works in mundane earthly matters, weaving the practical mystic of quiz. Shadowy of Virgo perfection. Virgos are cruel judges of their own inner life and feel inadequate despite a high level talent of it. Planet Mercury rules the sign and is a feminine neutral of Earth element. The sun is in Virgo on August 23rd to September 2nd. And then it goes to Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, and then we go on to the 12 houses and how they align. Right there. See that? I don't know if you see that. Like that. And then we have and then it goes on to what each house means. Um, I don't want to take too much of your time, but it talks about all the different houses and what they mean. If you're acquainted with astrology, you know what these houses mean. First house is a rising sign. The second house is self-esteem and feelings of the comfort and wealth that matters. Third house is about environment, your home, cities, workplace, art school, and etc. The fourth house is want to work on your family relationship, especially with your mother. Um, this house is about home life and relationship. This clues about how to work on the house is the life carnival. The fifth house is the life of carnival that has all your favorite things, crafts, hobbies, games, activities, and even jobs. Next house, the house of practical magic. This is one all about healthy habits like diet, fitness, concentrated in daily routines. The house shows you what will motivate you to do all the process. Thank you. Seven house. This house is about collaborating partnerships from roommates and co-workers to spouses and friends. Look for here for clues on understanding harmony and working and working together. The eighth house is sex, death, inheritance, and witchcraft. The ninth house, this house is like hall by learning, accomplish some distance travel type of event where one that benefits the mind. The tenth house, the house of career and inspiration will show you the motivation to achieve and how you can spend time in that environment. So this is house of humanitarian. It shows you how you and your network of friends and social positive and positive approach. The 12th of the house of deities and realm of dreams and the unknown. Neptune and Jupiter. And then there's a thing called draw a chart. What that is, this you can draw a chart, your astrological thing. I was never good at this. You put in the houses and then the planets and the aspects and do that. Yeah, I actually tried this once when I was young. And then here we begin. Then I talked about the moon and the zodiac, and then planetary retrograde, and then about the cosmic year, and then it goes on to spellcasting basics. I've gone over that with you. The other coloring book. And I'll skip that then, and then you have another thing you can draw in on this right in. And then another coloring science here, and all the symbols of the zodiac and things right there. Pisces and Aquarius. And the goat and green coloring. And then we go into calendar. So this year's next year starts on the Saturday, and New Year's Day starts on the Saturday, and New Year's Eve is on a Friday. As you see, you have all the moons. And Halloween next year is going to be on Monday. That's good because I don't work. I might do something fun for you guys on. And then we go to intuition reflections and stuff like that. Basically, you can write down your thoughts and reflections of the day, of the week, of the month, and your goals. And there's another coloring sheet. You get a color in, read Capricorn and what Capricorn means and stuff like that. And then there's a really cool thing that I tried to do before, but I'll read it again for you. The recording didn't go well. This, this is about creating the stones thing, Karen they call it. This is power instruction in Capricorn's magic is found in reducing that wave essential and moving towards. One of the big secrets to magic at the time is that the create more time in life. Focus is characters and power of what itself. Many ancient cultures stacked rocks to practical serves a purpose. The Celts created rock formations called cairns, known to live large to the causes, prayers, and industrial and market. As this someone on Twitch. And so what you do is you get three of the big things that you want to focus on, and you get a rock, and each rock represents something that you need to do and focus on for the year and a month, and you create a turn. And then you focus on that for there, and then the next page is your planner thing, and another page is another planner thing for you, and you can color in if you want. And that's cool. There's all kinds of nothing. Yeah. And then you have another intuition thing that you wrote down everything, thoughts and important feelings about the month that happened. And it's basically the same. You got coloring and thoughts, and you can write down your thoughts. There's even a sweeping spell that you do with your broom. I don't really want to read it all. It's really long, but it's really neat. And there's in February the Imbolc is coming, so you can craft the doll honor of her. And then you got another one. And there's a bath, a profit. There's even a thing about taking a salt bath and cleanse your spirit. That's there, and then you color it in. And there's gonna be another Nostros coming up next, and color that in. Alright, I'm fading a bit. And there's more coloring for that book too. And you can write in your things and for that. It's basically the same. I really suggest you get this book if you're magic. It even can be fun for your little ones if you want to do something for your little ones. It's definitely a good book to have fun on. You can help them plan their school year and stuff like that. And their homework and stuff like that. It's a really good book to get. And so that's that book I got. That was the 5. And then I got Elvira's book. Elvira's one of my all-time favorite Goth girls. She was one of the very first of us. She's really neat. I can read you from an excerpt from it. I think it is morning. Well, so I'll read it again. On Good Friday in 1953, and at only 18 months, old Cassandra Peterson placed for a pot on the stove and stirred herself in boiling water. Ouch. In third-degree burns over 30% of her body, she miraculously survived the burn and scarred the impact that stayed with her and became an obstacle she was determined to overcome. Feeling like a misfit led to her love of horror. While her sisters played with Barbie dolls, Cassandra built model kits of Frankenstein and Dracula, and a light Vincent Price. Cassandra left home at 14 and supported herself as a go-go dancer. By age 17, she was performing as a young go-go star in Las Vegas, where ruins like the Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, and Tom Jones helped her grow fast. Dance encounter with the king himself, Elvis Presley. That would be a neat to meet him. My mom was around that age. Elvis Presley inspired her travel a year to where she worked in film for Italy as lead singer of the band. Cool. She eventually made her way to Los Angeles, joining the famed 12 group The Grounding, Holding, comedic skill along the side. Phil Hartman, Paul Smith, in 1981, Australian actress considered path to prom, considered auditions for local LA station host for their horror movies. She got the job as Elvira, never imagining it would lead to fame and fortune for your careers. George Cooley of Layers and forgetfully wild member and which Sanders and not shy away from realizing exactly who she is now. It will come seemingly odds. Always original and outrageous. Her story is loaded with twist, trouble, thrillers, every downtime shocking. It is the candid, often hilarious, and sometimes heartbreaking tale of a Midwest farm girl, long string to be full of sexiest, precious. And there she is. See, that's how she looks without her makeup. And there you go, guys. Yep. So that's really cool. And then there's a bio from her. Cassandra Peters, born in Manhattan, Kansas, and raised on Colorado Springs, Colorado. After years as a dance and singer, actress, comedian, she received the character of Vira, which became an overnight success. And in addition to hosting her longtime running movie Macabre, how many of you guys remember that, eh? To hosting her long-running TV series, Peters soon went on to co-write during two self-titled feature films, Elvira Mist of the Dark and Elvira's Hundred Hills. She has spent her 4 decades solidifying her unique brand and building an exercise pop culture with Halloween and horror genre. So that's really cool. And then they have her. There's things where you can follow her on. She's on Twitter at hashtag the real Elvira. She's on Facebook called the real Elvira, and she's on Instagram called the real Elvira. And then she has a website called www.elvira.com. And so that's really neat. I'm really excited to read this book. I've been a fan of Elvira for years. I suggest, if you're into Elvira like me, you should get the book definitely. It's gonna be fun book. It's gonna be fun to learn about it and stuff like that. So that's all I have to say to you guys. I hope you follow me. Remember to like and subscribe to my page. And I hope to see you tomorrow because we're doing a live stream tomorrow playing Dead by Daylight. We're gonna play Dead by Daylight probably as Demigorum or maybe even as the Hunters again. And remember to like I said, remember to like and subscribe. And that's it, guys. I'll see you next.